Alright, Barack Obama's new healthcare bill that was signed in recently is causing a big stir all over the country. People on this side don't like it, people on this side are for it, people somewhere in the middle are saying I can see the pros and the cons of this and hope for the best. That's all we can do. No one can see into the future. There are no crystal balls that are going to tell us that this is going to be, a huge step forward and it's going to be the greatest thing to ever happen to healthcare, and no one can tell us that it's a big mistake. We can only wait and see and hope for the best. From what I understand, after reading the facts, there are pros and cons that everyone's admitting about the new bill. You can't go around hating on something that you don't understand because it just promotes and shows your ignorance. Just this past weekend, Republicans and Tea Partiers cut the gas line to someone who they thought was a politician. They cut the gas line to their house. Guess what? It wasn't that politician's house. You could have killed someone. Racist remarks, homophobic remarks, spitting at members of Congress in Washington. What are we doing? This is what we do now? Shouting out in the middle of courtrooms? Come on. Control yourself, get a grip, and read about what you're protesting. Figure out what you're complaining about before you complain about it, and know what you're saying and know what you're doing. Just recently, all Facebook status, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. You really ought to know what you're talking about. Someone wrote something after I made a comment on someone's Facebook status about reading the pros and cons. They wrote, Mr. Ed, which I don't know if you're calling me a horse or whatever, you could have just, whatever it is. Mr. Ed, how can I explain to one of my children that they can't go to college now because I'm not going to be able to afford it? So then I decide to write this person a message because that status ended up getting deleted, so I could no longer respond to it. The person deleted the status because they saw that it was creating drama and a debate. So I messaged this person. Now, they're Republican and they live in the South, and I just wrote this long email about I don't want to be the big bad Democrat, just read the facts, know the pros and cons, and don't look at it like you have to decide which child you can't send to college, because that's not how it works. If they want to go to school, they can apply for scholarships, and I just stated the obvious. This person wrote back to me and said, don't you dare email me again, or I'll honest to God kill you. Now look, I'm not afraid of anybody. And I'm not afraid of the big bad Republicans in the South especially. I know, people can talk the talk, they can't walk the walk, whatever. But the bottom line is, she said, I'll honest to God kill you. I couldn't write back to that message because she had then blocked me on Facebook. But this is only a small example of what we're dealing with out there. Anyway, read the facts, know what you're talking about before you open your big mouth. That's why I can open my mouth, because I know all the facts. And I'm not going to spout all the facts of the bill on here, all the specifics of the bill, because you can read it yourself. Go to Google. That's another big mistake that people are making nowadays. I know that people say Google is making us all dumber. It's not. If you can retain things that you read in newspapers, in books, on the internet, then it's not making you dumber, as long as you can retain it. When people ask me questions that the answer can be found on Google, it's slightly frustrating. Just type it in. Type it into Google. Thanks. I feel better now. This has been like a therapy session. Thank you. And on another note, thank you very much again to everybody who subscribes to the videos. I've gotten a lot of subscribers. Just yesterday I got so many, I was so happy. Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. It doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you.